Most people in their 20s don't actually struggle with making money. They struggle with being able to manage their money. This is Mindset by Natalia, and welcome to my channel. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't know how to properly manage that money, it's pretty much no good to you. Money is going to flow out just as fast as it flows in, especially if you don't have the skills and retention to be able to hold that money. Learn about 12 financial topics. My New Year's resolution this year was that I was going to become more financially literate. And I'm just like you. I don't have a degree in business or finance. I'm just an average person that wants to learn about these things because I have certainty and belief that I'm going to make a lot of money in my life. And yes, later on I can use outsourcing and I can use other resources to be able to manage that money well. But I, for myself, know that I need to trust myself with my money before I'm able to trust other people with my money. And this is exactly what I decided to do. My New Year's resolution was going to be that every single month of the year, I was going to focus on one financial topic every single month that would lead to big results over time. This is not about getting a degree in finance or real estate or learning how to do things perfectly. It's about putting away that fear and stepping into, even though I don't know more about this, I'm going to learn. I can gain skills and knowledge and be able to apply them because of what I learned. My 12 specific topics that I'm focusing on for this year are budgeting, credit cards, health insurance, taxes, the stock market, being the boss, accounting, passive income, real estate, retirement, and global payments. I think you will have a lot of overlap with these, but maybe there are some topics that you really already know about, or maybe something you're just more interested in. So do a mix and match, but gain 12 different financial topics that you are going to learn about. This does not require you to do a New Year's resolution. You can start this month today with what you have. Any first step is the most important. Doing the thing first is what matters. I made a YouTube playlist that was named Financial Literacy. Every single month on the first of the month, I go into this playlist and I decide, okay, exactly which category am I focusing on? Let's say it's passive income. So I'm looking up different videos around passive income. Passive income for someone that's already employed, someone that is trying to do maybe real estate off of it, maybe someone that's trying to sell courses and workbooks online. Then I insert about 20 to 30 videos that I'll be watching throughout the duration of the month. Little tiny steps really do add on to something. If you haven't seen my video on goals, go check that out next. This is not me dedicating one day every single month and learning everything that I can about something. I'm setting myself up in the first day, putting in all the information that I will learn about throughout the rest of the month, and then every single day or every other day, I'll go in and I'll watch a video. These videos range from 15 minutes to 25 minutes. It's not that long. Having a little time in your day to do something that's going to bring you so much value and help you so much in the long run is absolutely worth it for me. It's the best return on investment. As they say, the best investment is yourself and your knowledge and your skills that you hold. You might be thinking, I'll worry about that when the money comes. When I have money to spend, then I'll worry about how to manage it. That is the crucial mistake that almost every single person makes. You're waiting for an outcome to give you skills when you can build those skills to gain you that outcome. You don't have to sit around waiting for so much money to come into your account. You can learn the skills as to how to manage that money, and then on a subconscious level, money will literally feel safer and be more attracted to your energy because it knows that you will keep it safe. A lot of people hog onto money because they're scared of losing it. And of course, like anything that has desperation and that need energy is going to automatically repel. So how do you call in more money? You learn how to manage it. You learn how to make it your companion and your friend. You learn and you teach it that it can feel safe in your presence. Don't be afraid to budget. I started off my first month with budgeting because I said I can't learn about all of these other financial topics unless I have the basics of numbers and knowing exactly how much I'm giving every single month, how much I'm outsourcing, how much I'm spending on certain things, how much money is coming into my life. I need to be so clear on that before, but I was terrified to start budgeting. I had made up my own sheets over the years. Like I'd always tried to have more management with my money because growing up, I was always told that I managed my finances very poorly, but I never saw that properly modeled. I had to go out and look for these answers. If you come from a household where your parents and your family never built up the tools that you need, in school we're not taught these things. If your parents didn't teach you these things, if you didn't go to schools where these things were talked about amongst your friends, you likely had no idea where to start. And that's where I was. But I stopped feeling sorry for myself and asking, why didn't this just come easier? Why couldn't I have just gained wealth from my family? Why? Start using that why and that energy and start pouring it into, but now I can. Now I have the choice. Now I have the freedom. Now I have the liberty to learn these things for myself. Will it take more work? Yes. And that's okay because maybe in this life you're supposed to experience this level of discomfort when it comes to money or finances. I'm going to be so honest, that first month of the year, I waited until like January 20th to start on my videos, maybe even later, because I was again just so terrified of starting, so terrified of not knowing, of feeling like I didn't know anything, of feeling honestly dumb. Like I didn't want to feel like that when it came to my finances. But it's like I was looking at it with closed eyes and trying to see the numbers still. Like it's not going to work like that. You have to have an open and willing ability to look exactly at what is the number in front of you. So when I started budgeting, I came across this Google Sheet. I downloaded it, I bought it, and I just started plugging in. Every single month, this is exactly what I spend. This is exactly what I start making. And I've been carrying that throughout the rest of the year. Every single Friday, I go into this worksheet and I input all of my numbers, everything I spent, the goals that I'm trying to save for. Everything is in one place and I have the utmost clarity as to where my money is, where it's going, and where it's coming from. My specific budgeting form comes from a brand called CoPlenty. CoPlenty has a variety of different spreadsheets, habit trackers, anything that you can think of with budgeting, whether you're an absolute beginner or you've got field in the game, you have a business, you're managing some big numbers, some big expenses, they have everything between. And again, I found this company on my own, literally just scrolling through different templates. It's very pleasing to see this sheet actually on my computer because it's all color-coded. You have pie charts, you have different calculations, and it just gives you the clarity that I'm not going to spend my time doing. Again, in the beginning, I wanted to make my own budgeting sheet. And I tried it, and again, sometimes you just need to let someone that's more professional at that thing take over and just give it to you, okay? Clarity brings certainty. And when you have that clarity around your finances, again, money just feels more safe around you. That first week that I started budgeting, I remember I received probably like $500, if not more, maybe less, something like that. And I received it out of nowhere, like a random check that came in the mail, a random opportunity, like someone had forgotten to pay me. And I was just like, this is what budgeting does. Budgeting builds abundance. I have a whole video on this if you're interested called Budgeting Builds Abundance. Apply what you learn. When you start getting into the groove of learning and building your skills, you realize how amazing it makes you feel. It makes you feel more confident. It makes you feel competent. It gives you the ability to talk about these topics with other people that know even more than you. And then you can learn even more. It's a really an addictive feeling of learning, growing your knowledge, expanding yourself through things that you didn't know before. When we watch videos, when we go to lectures, when we read books about finances, it's easy to just input. Yes, what good idea. I've never thought about it like this. Thank you for teaching me that. If you stop there, you're doing yourself a disfavor because you are at the halfway mark. You're at the 50%. But in order to get to that 100%, you need to use action behind it. It's one thing to learn, and read and always be inputting information, but until you start outputting information, until you start creating your own ideas and applying your knowledge and using that to build something else, that's how you actually know that you've completed the entire steps. You learned about it, you gained all this information, but now you're able to utilize it. Utilizing something is what gives it its value. I suggest you start off with one specific category or just the very big points that you've learned across a variety of them. Throughout this New Year's resolution that I've been doing, I also haven't just stuck to learning topics on YouTube. I've gone to seminars where they're talking about things. I've read specific books about specific topics that I'm learning about. Because the more that you're able to grow inside of your knowledge and your skills, the more that you're able to execute it in different ways. I can talk to my neighbor about this. I can talk to a professor about this as much as I can try to explain budgeting to a 10-year-old. It's all about when you truly become aware of a subject, you can teach that. Set up your investment account. Learn about different options for your health insurance. Start doing a form of passive income. Start maybe researching different real estate around your area or areas that you're interested in. Do not only worry about the things that are just in your front eyes view. Learn about the rest of the world. Learn how things work in different countries. These tiny little steps are going to lead to the big results. Truly and confidently, I can say, by doing this work now, you are building yourself up for the future. Here is today's takeaway. Every single small action that you do today is going to benefit the abundance that comes later in your life. This is the foundation that we're talking about. You don't have the money yet. Learn how to manage it. I promise you, having hundreds and millions of dollars in your account will not change anything unless that you know how to manage that money, unless you feel comfortable talking about money and you know things. You know things. There is so much power in the ability of being able to talk about these topics, especially again, if as a small child, you never knew anything about it. I remember going over to my friend's house and their parents were talking about investment accounts. I had no idea what that was. I did not know what the stock market was until 7th or 8th grade, and I don't think I fully understood it until I was in university. These things take time, but if you have intention and action around them, you will bring them to your life so much faster. And I promise you that your future self will thank you so much for all the knowledge that you are gaining every single day. Small steps climb mountains. You are able to reach a summit because of every tiny small step that you're taking along the way. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'm excited to see how you apply these financial topics. And stick around for next week because I have a very secret but amazing surprise coming out. So you guys definitely want to stay notified so that you do not miss that next week. And I'll catch you guys there. Bye!